All right, we got one person. So I'm live today, just checking in Monday. Um, I posted information for each one of the classes, period one, two, three, four, five, and seven. Um, so I'm just gonna hang out for a little while, and if people join and they have questions about what they need to do for the week, um, then you guys can just go ahead and write a question on the chat. Um, are there any questions so far? I'm not sure who this is who just joined right now. All right. So I'll basically just take you down what's going to go through period by period. So for first period, if you tune in and watch some of this later, starting tomorrow, I'm gonna live stream starting at 9. Give you a little bit of a chance to sleep in, and then if you just want to watch from your phone or if you want to watch from your laptop, uh, shouldn't make much of a difference. I think the reason why I'm doing YouTube is because I've been hearing problems from the Schoology conferences. Other teachers have been saying that they're losing connection or that they can't hear the students. And so I feel like that's going to create some issues, and I'd rather not do that. So I'm going to just stick with something more reliable like YouTube. Um, and try to get my subscriber count up. That always helps. Um, but anyway, so first period tomorrow starting at 9. I'm gonna live stream. So basically I'll just pick up where we would have left off in class, so I'm gonna go over the CYU, and then I'm going to go a little bit, maybe like the first half of the next section, which I think covers some compound interest. Okay, so you probably won't see my face. It won't be like this because it's gonna stream whatever I'm writing on my tablet. Okay, so you'll hear my voice and you'll see what I'm writing, but you won't actually see me. Um, and so then same thing again on Thursday, 9 a.m. I'll do maybe the second half of that lesson. So if you have your textbooks, you know, your digital ebook, then you can just kind of have it open on the next screen and just kind of follow along. I'm going to try to screen capture the book on one side and then have my notes on the other, or that way I can zoom in and I can see the problem, and so things like that. So I think the biggest part is if you can join the live stream, then you can ask questions as I go. If you can't watch it at that time for whatever reason, I understand that it's not really a normal time right now. So if your parents have to go to work and you have siblings and you got to take care of them, you got to feed them, then I completely get it. So the video will be live for maybe about, an hour, probably about an hour. I'll probably end at about 10 or maybe a little bit before that. Then if you can't watch it in that time frame, then you can just go ahead and watch it anytime that you get in the afternoon or maybe the next day. But the idea is just to keep up, and just by the end of the week, just to make sure you watch the videos, you took down the notes, and you understand what's going on. Um, I'm basically going to try to pick up wherever I leave off on these videos when we get back to school, just so that we don't lose too much time. Um, and then if for whatever reason I don't do a live stream on a given day, then I'll let you know. No live stream, no video. So then you won't be responsible for something that I don't post. Okay, so just be aware of that. For all of my honors algebra 2, period 2, 3, and 4, you guys already took your test, your Unit 5 test. So today my goal is to try to finish those and update your grades. I'm going to talk to some of the other teachers today, hopefully to decide what we can do about the retakes so that you don't have to wait until they get back from school. So it's possible we might be able to do a digital retake, um, in which case we would probably share with you individually as a student. We would share we'd share your test with you, digitally. Probably we might scan it, send it to you, We're still gonna see what we can do. Um, but then you would probably do your corrections. You would then scan them or take a picture, send them back to, and then we could give you access to join the retake. So with that's kind of the idea that's floating around right now. So it's not confirmed, but we'll see how it goes. So we're just gonna pick up with Unit 6 basically. So we're gonna do a little bit of complex numbers or imaginary numbers. That's basically what we're gonna head into. So it's not very difficult, which is a good thing. It's something that can be easily learned, kind of like watching the video. And you don't really need me there necessarily in person to be able to do it. So for period 3, I will live stream at 10:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, so tune in right around the time that we would normally meet in class, right? Typically, we don't really start anything until about 10:15, 10:20 because we're doing warm up or homework checks, things like that. So I'm gonna say around 10:30 is when the live stream will start. You can tune in. I'm gonna try to keep it to about an hour. It should probably go quickly because I'm not gonna pause, and wait for you guys to do a problem like I do in class, and that's usually what sometimes slows it down. There's not gonna be like a classwork assignment. Basically, it's just the notes. So then the other thing would be I'll post a homework, related to that lesson. I'll post solutions to the homework as well. Oh, that'll be on Schoology, obviously. So just keep track, the live stream and the videos on YouTube, and then anything else that's like resources, worksheets will be on Schoology. And then the next thing is for my fifth period. So fifth period, you guys, this fell at maybe like the worst time because you guys had a test coming up this week. So what I was gonna do today was I was actually gonna do a little lesson today in class, and then a lesson on Tuesday, and then I was going to give you your test on Thursday. But because we're just rolling this out, I'm not going to do a live stream today because I needed to get the announcement out. I needed you guys to know that what's going to happen. So for fifth period, I'm going to do a live stream again at 12:15. Okay, so I'm going to start it at 12:15, which is basically our regular meeting time. Again, same thing. If you can't watch it at that time, then watch the video whenever you can, but make sure that you do it before the test on Thursday. Okay. So the test on Thursday will be scheduled from 12 to 2. So I'm going to give you 2 full hours, which is more than what you normally get in class. Okay. So for those of you that need that little extra time when you come after school, this is basically for you built in. Okay. So the test will be posted on Edulastic. You're going to have your notes available to you. um Again, I can't really control what you use or what you don't use. I could block Go Guardian, but I know you guys have your phones on you too. So um I really, really just expect that you guys would be as honest as possible while you're taking this. um I do not want to see, any sign of like taking advantage of the situation. I know that you guys are worried about your grades, but again, try to do it the honest way. If you know that you don't know it, you know, that's okay. There's always the retake opportunity. I need to talk to the teachers to see how we're going to do partial points because no matter if it's a multiple choice or a free response, I'm not going to be able to see the work unless you literally type in the work into the computer, which could take a long time, especially if you're solving equations and you only have 2 hours. So we'll see how things go. But again, remember, it's try not to take advantage of the situation. Okay, so that's the most I can say. And then so you'll have a live stream on Tuesday. Again, try your best to watch the live stream because then you can ask the questions real time. Otherwise, you're just going to rewatch a video and I won't be there to answer questions. Like I won't be able to respond to them immediately. And then the last thing would be when did it? Oh, actually, for period 2, 3, and 4, I forgot. Yeah, so period 3, I'm live streaming 10:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and for period 2 and 4, I'm live streaming at 10:30 on Wednesdays and Fridays. Okay, so basically, I'm still gonna do one live stream session for your class, but I'm gonna do it jointly. Um, Especially because if you can't catch that time, then you can just rewatch the video. So I'm not gonna do two live streams at two different periods. The same way we would normally do it. So yeah, so for that, just expect the day that we meet, there will be a live stream. It's posted on already, so you can go back and refer to that. Um, and again, if I have to cancel anything, then I'll let you know. Um, and then finally, for seventh period, for photography, I know that we don't have the supplies, we don't have our cameras, we don't have our laptops. I know some of you guys have cameras, and I know some of you have the software, but not everybody does. So I can't expect to assign something that requires it right now and hold you to it. So I think that's a little unfair. So for now, what I've done is I posted what I would like for you guys to do for this week. So for this week, essentially, the pictures that you took for your portrait and your studio and your environmental portraits should be saved. You should have access to those because you uploaded them to Google Classroom. So once you upload something, you can always download it back onto your computer or back onto your phone. So what I'm asking for you guys to do is to post 3 to 4 of your best pictures, literally the top 3 or 4 pictures, and post those on one Instagram post, right? So that you can scroll through them and you can see the 4 or the 3 pictures on one post. Write an artist statement for each post. So one for your studio portraits, one for your environmental portraits. Obviously, the processes were a little bit different, right? So remember that an artist statement has several components. It talks about a little bit of the inspiration, ideas that you maybe took from your inspiration board, things that you may have seen that you wanted to replicate, right? What were the emotions in the subjects that you were trying to capture? What things did you do that worked? What things that didn't work? What would you do differently? What did you learn about the editing process? What did you learn about using lighting? What did you learn about using the camera in low lit situations? So there's a lot to talk about, but I want you to keep it to about 100 words. Um, Ideally, you spend a lot of time talking about the different types of emotions that you were trying to capture, um, the different angles that you had, the relationship that you had to establish with your model to create somewhat of a comfortable atmosphere. Okay, so again, I'll post resources to give you an idea of how to lay that out. And then there's one more challenge that I would like for you guys to take on for the week. So that one challenge is basically once the rain comes in, sometime this week there's a puddle challenge. Okay, so a water reflection challenge. So your job is to go out, maybe get a little wet. Use your phones if you have to. If you have a camera, then great, use that, and then upload your picture onto your phone. Um, Find a spot that you see a puddle has kind of collected, and then drop your camera about as low as it can get close to the puddle and capture the reflection of whatever happens to be behind the puddle. You can stage it. So if you want to bring somebody with you, you want to have, and they got some cool shoes, and you want to make it seem like you're doing a little bit of like merchandising, advertisement for a product, that's all good too. There's plenty of ideas on Instagram and Pinterest where you can follow that. So the challenge is to find a puddle, take a picture, not of a puddle. I don't want to see a picture of a puddle. I want you to use the puddle to create the reflection, right? So you capture the puddle, the reflection in the puddle, and then the object behind it. Okay. So again, if you're not sure, then just let me know. And I can post some ideas on the Wolfpack Studio page so you kind of get an idea of what I'm looking for. Okay, and so then you edit that picture, whether you use some free app where you can edit it in Instagram and then you post it, um, and then that'll be it for the week. Okay, so um, yeah, I've been on here about 15 minutes. I've only again, don't hesitate to send me any questions through Schoology, any messages, um, and then for my period 2 and 4 kids, I'm gonna try to get your test graded today so you know how you did. Okay. And with that said, um, just be safe. Take care of your families. Take care of your parents. Take care of your grandparents. Um, they're the most susceptible to the virus. There are cases already here in the city where I live in Pasadena. Um, so I'm trying to limit about as much as I can to not go outside. So, I'll keep you updated if I get sick. I'll let you know too. But I'm okay for now. All right. So, I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully, take care. Um, Let me know what I can do. Anything I can do to help, just let me know. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys.